So 3 tokens. Well, that was interesting. There we go. There's the music. I wish those were animated in the background, even very slightly. Ooh, there's a lot going on here in a short period of time. A lot of introductions. Alright, and I need to... Okay, just damage. At least the developer recognized... Oh, that's cute. At least the developer recognized that there was a lot going on, and some help probably would have been helpful. Whoa! Yeah, too many things on top of each other. Not enough time to really get a feel for what is going on. How to fight these enemies if you've never fought them before, or even give you time to work out any kind of strategy whatsoever, even if you do know what these enemies are. Screen transition would be good. I do like that. That's a cool idea. It's a good Switch puzzle. I somehow get the feeling we're never going to see Switches again, though. Without weapons. Oh, that's interesting. So it's just the surface of the weapon that hurts you? There's some really cool potential here. It's odd that it wasn't hurting me before. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah, I think a better way to introduce that would have been don't confuse the player by giving them more stuff to do along the bottom. Just... Gosh. That's a really ugly setup there. Also because the pneumatals I've determined have, suck up your charge shots when you try and shoot at them, which really needs to be fixed. Yeah, don't confuse a player with stuff on the bottom to collect, because their first instinct will be, oh, I gotta jump in the acid. What? That's not cool. Also not cool. I could have slid across there, I guess. Even that wouldn't have been great. Don't care. Do not care. Yeah, that's interesting that it didn't start to hurt me until afterward. Right. For some reason I thought I needed to go down on the bottom. Oh no, it wasn't that I needed to go down on the bottom corner. It was that I got hurt before. This just is awful. Because at that point, I'd almost rather it be a bottomless pit that I'm falling down, so I don't need to just endure a very slow death of getting hit constantly and not being able to react from it. Whoa! Why was I moving so slowly there? What? What? So, I talked about oversaturation of enemies in a previous level, the Temple of Light and Dark. Yeah, that's really ridiculous to get this crosses the line into enemy spam. Oh, I wish that would suddenly slow down. Well, that looks like it's just a surefire way to kill you. Well, that's interesting. That's rather similar to the, gimmick in, Get Wet, Get Wild. Okay, either the flower or the tellies. Not both. But yeah, oversaturation is... The enemies are still manageable, but there's too many of them. Whoa, whoa! Okay, jumping just ceased to work. The whole thing was slowing down, which didn't help. But this is proper enemy spam of just way too much going on without any real consideration for what's feasible for the average person to do. And even, you know, somebody who's played lots of Mega Man for lots of years like me, this is not fair. Because there's also, oh, this is hard. Let's see. Oh, it takes you backwards. Got it. Because it's one thing if it's just really difficult and requires you to kind of know all of the tricks and use everything at your disposal. That's different from there's just enemies everywhere. And I'm sure if you were using special weapons, that was much easier that time. Right, let me correct myself. That went better that time. So this is an okay challenge. Yeah, I know how I want to do that. One of the most important things I learned from Maze of Death was make sure that your level is completely feasible to do right. Buster only. Because my suggested gameplay was going through the level. Relying heavily on special weapons. Kind of impressed I recovered from that, okay. And I think you can definitely do levels well with special weapons. Like hardcore parkour is a good example. But assume that your player is going to try and play it Buster only. And don't punish them for that. Trying to time it so that I'm jumping when Mega Man jumps at his maximum jump height. Oh, and I can't get through. Oh, that's irritating. That's really irritating. I'm gonna need to loop around, aren't I? I bet there's not a check. Okay, good checkpoint. Okay. This is good. I like this gimmick in Super Mario World, and this is sort of an interesting, whoops! Interesting twist on the, what you'd normally do with the Dustman Crushers. That's clever, I like that. Oh man, yeah, this slowdown is starting to be problematic because I've let go of the shoot button, and it did not shoot. Ow. Oops. No, not worth it. And this is difficult, but it is a reasonable challenge, I would say. Okay, well, that was good. Ow. Damage spikes would have been appreciated through here because this is very delicate timing, and it's just jumping through these moving platforms like this alone, without extra spikes, is enough of a new challenge to the player, both in this stage and... oh, wow, that was not paying attention. And Mega Man in general, that a little bit more warm-up to the difficulty would be appreciated. Man, this slowdown is really, really fun. Take it slow, be gentle. Be patient. Oh my gosh. Right, that's the deadly one. Don't care. What's gonna happen anyhow? I swear my computer's not doing anything else right now. Reactor entry shrink ray. This could be fun. Whoa! Okay, this is a cute idea. That's not a bad challenge. It's very difficult, but it's thoughtful. Although I have the token anyhow, it would have been more of would have been more of a badge of honor to be able to land that jump. Yep. That almost didn't work. Okay, no solid there. Whoa, no solids. Plural. Okay. Because I'm stupid. Especially when you've got as challenges as difficult as this one. And actually, the last section was probably the easiest part in the level so far. Right? I keep almost doing that. You should not allow a player to really shoot themselves in the foot like I just did. Like, obviously, if you've collected the key, you're gonna want to go back there. Go through the door. About the only reason you'd need to go back this way is if you forgot to pick up the key somehow before you came through. But I might just start using special weapons here to make sure I get through this again. But especially when there's a checkpoint involved, allowing a player to go back and redo a section that they really shouldn't need to redo, I'm not so fond of. Irk. And I would have structured the level so that you didn't need... So, like, maybe the key was just out of reach on the previous screen, you could have somehow gone back up there instead of needing to go through this whole section again if somehow you missed it. Or, I don't know, I would have worked it out differently so that there was no way you'd have any reason to go back through this section after claiming the key. Whether by accident or just stupid curiosity of, I wonder if I can do this, even though I really shouldn't. That whole thing about, oh, maybe I'll use special weapons, well, that... Yep, waited there and didn't save. Whoops! I was so excited that I finally shot the enemy that I was not paying attention where I was going. I also appreciate that this is one gigantic block. Kind of emphasizes the fact that you're tiny. Now, there are some fun ideas in here. It's just hard to appreciate them when you're confronted with the kind of enemy spam that characterizes this level, and the really intense difficulty of that spike section there. Because again, if you're caught up and you're not very attentive, you might just ignore the right side of the screen and be like, oh, Proto Man again, let's see where he wants to take us. Now. Okay. So because I've reached a checkpoint, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try something. So without the key, what happens here? Because the key door will be back. That's not good either. One-way screen transition, please. I know I'm really nitpicky about the screen transitions, but that regulates the flow of the level and makes sure stuff like that doesn't happen. You just waste no time. Actually, it looks like maybe he's not invincible when that happens. This boss fight isn't terrible. Oh, now I see something above, and I'm like, look, I know that radiation hangs around a while, but That's a bit too long for a boss fight. Oh, good. I like the use of the, what's it, the Metal Baton? Is that what you call it? The Metal Dispenser from the Tomahawk Man stage used in the background for the laser. That's good. Did I get everything here? Yes. Alright.